up against the league leaders, a side that only has one defeat all season. But before we get into this one, did you catch the drama from last week?
Did you see what? Did you see what
Derby day on a Friday night under the lights. Is there anything better? Comes up Danny Ogilvie. 1-1.
Did you see what I done? Came in a black Benz, left in a white one.
It was a first time ball from Wyan Reid.
Just wanna try something.
Find the cross. He can't find the cross. Ogilvie 2-1.
I'm just a hoodlum, I came with a bun.
If you saw my face, just know that I scored.
How well did Max Hudson do there? That's a beautiful ball right onto the head of Danny Ogilvie.
The winter season, your chicken is in a season. Yeah. Did you see what he did? The black Benz turned white and they can't believe it. Make them repeat it.
Machado! He's found the finish now, alright! With Christmas around the corner, it's the ghost of Christmas past that's come to haunt Waverley.
It could have been killed.
It's a massive Isthmian Premier clash in our first ever trip to the Alcaline Stadium. It's Folkestone Invicta versus Brentwood Town, first versus second, a game that could shape our season. So let's take a look at the side that manager Keith Rowland has sent out for this one. Keith makes 3 changes to the side that faced Waverley last week, with Jesse Olakolu and Charlie Edwards coming in, with also a debut start from Montel Agyemang. The full lineup reads as follows: Melvin Minter in goal, a back four of Wyan Reid, captain Matt Cripps, Aaron Pollock and Max Hudson, a midfield 3 of Montel Agyemang, Ade Cole and Charlie Edwards, with Jesse Olakolu and Kaimani Thomas supporting Daniel Gunley up front. On the bench today is Charlie Hughes, Bennis Vavadar, Sam Park, Ramel Aarons-Royal and Andy Freeman. Here's how our hosts Folkestone line up this afternoon. Ted Collins is in goal. It's a back 3 of Liam Smith, Sam German and captain Kevin Locko. Ben Mason and Ike Yorgi set up as the 2 wing backs. Adam Lover and Ronnie Donlan are in midfield, and with an attacking trio of Mikey Berry, Joe Piggott and Jake Hutchinson. Stay tuned for Matchday highlights and post-match reaction, and as always, come on you Blues.
As acid tests come, they don't come any bigger than this here at the Alcaline Stadium, as Folkestone Invicta, the league's top goal scorers, who are top of the table, entertain the league's second highest scorers. Brentwood Town, who sit in second place, 6 points behind the league leaders. German, taken on the chest by Cripps and just cleared away. Oh, Locko misses his header. Ogilvie round the back. Oh, what a coming together between Danny Ogilvie and Ted Collins. Well, the foul's gone the way of Folkestone Invicta. It was just a clearance by Matt Cripps over the top. Locko missed his header. Ogilvie got round the back of him and Collins goes flying out head first into Danny Ogilvie. But Harry Phillips, the referees, give the yellow card to Danny Ogilvie. You can only think he's seen a high foot from the Brentwood Town striker. That's an early yellow card for Danny Ogilvie. Brentwood Town's leading goal scorer with 13 goals. Berry finds Lovett. Lovett onto that right foot, tips over by Minter. Good effort from Adam Lovett, but Melvin Minter equal to it. Good start from the league leaders. German, Agyemang, German again. Piggott finds Berry. Oh, Berry slips a beautiful ball through to Hutchinson. Hutchinson to strike for 1-0 off the post. From Jake Hutchinson, very, very good move from Folkestone Invicta, and very unlucky not to be 1-0 up. Colt. Pollock finds Hudson. Thomas looking for Edwards. Brentwood Town crowded out and won back by Folkestone Invicta. That's a nice ball over the top to Hutchinson. Hutchinson round Minter. Hutchinson for 1-0. Cleared by Cripps and pounced on by Melvin Minter. Good defending from Brentwood Town. They survive again. It may be the biggest game of the season for both sets of supporters, but to Jay Saunders and Keith Rowland it will be just another 3 points on offer. They still have a lot of football to be played, and the league is not won or lost in early December. Agimang, Hudson, Thomas finds Edwards, back to Thomas. Thomas, Hudson. Oh, nice ball back to Thomas. Thomas onto his right foot. And just past the upright from Kaimani Thomas. The closest yet that Brentwood Town have come in this first half. Best passage of play so far from Brentwood Town. Nice ball from Hudson, but Kaimani Thomas over the crossbar. Hutchinson to Piggott, one back by Brentwood Town, pull forward, headed by Loco, only as far as Thomas. Thomas finds Olakolu. Olakolu up against Sam German. Can he find the cross? He can find the cross and finds the head of Edwards, and just past the post. And Charlie Edwards coming directed on target. A strong end to the second half for Brentwood Town. And that's out of play from the Blues. And that's half time. The league's top two going at all square. But on another afternoon, it could have quite easily been 2-0 to Folkestone Invicta. But at half time, it's Folkestone Invicta 0, Brentwood Town 0.
Half-time here at the Alcaline Stadium, but before we get into the second half, let's get you updated on a couple of things. The Blues have 3 upcoming home games in a row, starting with Cheshunt this coming Tuesday on the 9th of December, followed by #United on the 13th and Potters Bar on Saturday the 20th of December. Tickets will be available on Fanbase or on the turnstiles on the day. And while you're here, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so if you're liking our content, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of Brentwood Town action. Drop us a like and a follow, and feel free to comment on our socials.
Orgy picked up by Hutchinson, who finds Berry. Berry, nice ball to Horgy. Horgy stands that cross up. Piggott off the bar. Folkestone Invicta hit the woodwork for the second time this afternoon, and Brentwood Town somehow survive again. Cripps. Here off Agimang. Pollock. Reed. Pass blocked out, and it's going to come to Hutchinson. Hutchinson bearing down on goal, goes hard and low, saved by Melvin Minter. Olakolu pulls it across, cleared by Loco and hammered upfield by the back line of Folkestone Invicta. Piggott. That's a nice ball through to Berry. Minter flying off his goal. Where's that going to land? It might land to the feet of Hutchinson. Hutchinson for 1-0. Oh! Jake Hutchinson just past the upright. Should have been 1-0 to the league leaders. That ball ricocheted right into his path. Just steadied himself onto his left foot. Just the wrong side of the upright. And is it going to be one of those afternoons for Jake Hutchinson on another day? He could have had a hat-trick. Colt. Hudson, first time ball into the box. Away by Loco, it's going to come to Cripps. Cripps to find Thomas. Thomas onto his left foot. From Kaimani Thomas. And over the crossbar of Ted Collins' goal. Berry with the corner. Invicta goes short. Lovett with a strike off the woodwork again. 3 times now Folkestone Invicta have hit the woodwork, and Brentwood Town somehow survive again. Cole playing against his former club, Alcaline. Brentwood Town really restricted to long-range efforts this afternoon from Folkestone Invicta. Run to Freeman! Well over the crossbar by Andy Freeman. He has got a great left foot, Andy Freeman, but not that time. That's headed on. Where's that going to land? Yusuf, the substitute. Yusuf just drops that shoulder. Down in the penalty area. Penalty to Folkestone Invicta. It's a substitute. It's made an instant impact. Foul by Danny Alcaline. And now the league leaders do get the chance to take the lead. Yusuf against Minter. 1-0. Minter went the right way but couldn't keep it out. Folkestone Invicta 1. Brentwood Town 0. Very well tucked away by the substitute. Sure, if Melvin Minter just didn't get his fingertips to it, but the power took it past him. Folkestone Invicta 1. Brentwood Town 0. Hudson finds Cripps. Cripps looking for options. Finds Reed. Reed finds Alcaline. Alcaline! Collins. That's a nice ball through to Mason. Mason's pulled the trigger! Saved by Melvin Minter. Well, he knows where the net is, Ben Mason. Got a first half hat-trick against Cray Valley Paper Mills in an 8-1 victory back in early November. Flicks on again. Is that going? Oh, and over the crossbar. It's another chance for Folkestone Invicta. Time up. More or less. Can Brentwood Town find something here? Hudson looking for Cole. And that's out of play, and that, maybe that. And that is that, a massive 3 points for Folkestone Invicta. It's been a very, very good performance from the league leaders. It's now a massive 9-point gap over second spot. Brentwood Town. It's finished here at the Alcaline Stadium. Folkestone Invicta 1. Brentwood Town 0.
Keith, 1-0 loss here at Folkestone Invicta. Difficult game against a really good side, but what was your thoughts on that one?
Good side. I felt we did say to them before the game that the two centre forwards will set the ball and they'll run. They'll have forward runners off of it. Probably the first half was nip and tuck. I felt it was more there. The ball was in our half more. I just felt that maybe if we had found a second or third pass, would have opened them up, because there was the press is really high, especially in the midfield area, but we couldn't find a pass. I don't think we could find a pass the whole game really when we really linked play up. We did once or twice, and you could tell that when we did it, that's what they say these days, we beat the press, you know. But I felt we didn't do enough of that. I felt that every time they won a lot of seconds today. Folkestone, but they're a good team. I'll give them credit. They're a good team, and I did, like I said, we got them in at half time at 0-0. And we regrouped, and it just felt we didn't start the second half as good as what I was hoping for.
And I feel like it was one of those games, Keith, where the possession was a lot in Folkestone's favour. But when we had the ball, we had to be clinical in our chances, and I just don't think we were quite at it today.
No, at half time we said to them it was the sides of the pitch. That's what we're good at. I felt that when I said to them at half time, listen, we will get to in the last 18 like we did in the first half a few times, but the hard work gets you there. All the hard work gets us to the 18-yard box, and I felt too many times in the second half we overhit the ball, we underhit the ball. You're talking about 6-7 times we got in really good positions to deliver. You could probably put down maybe once or twice as good defending from them. They set themselves really good against us, but I do believe with the quality we have, I felt there's probably two especially where if we deliver a decent ball with numbers in the box, especially when we put Hughesy on the pitch, and he was another one where he made a difference for us when he came on. It gives Daniel a chance to get to the side of a pitch and have a run. But listen, do I have any complaints about the day against a good team? That's my only complaint. That's my only complaint, really. That's my only gripe with the players, is the fact that I can't knock their work rate. I can't knock them on that. I just felt today we lacked that bit of quality that we have with the ball. I knew we were going to be in for a scrap without the ball, but I do believe that today was about fine margins. And listen, was it a soft penalty? I'd probably say it was a soft penalty, but it's going to be given, But you're 1-0 down. You were only 1-0 down in the game, And like I said, it ended up 1-0. But I felt that the last 10-15 minutes, if it would have been just a bit more about us, I said that after the game, I just felt that every time they got in positions, they delivered good balls. My defenders had to defend. I just felt we didn't do that enough going the other side, going the other end.
And what I think we've noticed this season as well, Keith, is when teams have gone ahead against us, that they often sit back. Whereas today, I think folks have not gone ahead, and they've carried on coming at us, and it's not opened up as maybe we thought it might have done.
No, listen, they've got one or two good players sitting on their bench. There's no doubt about it. They've got probably the strongest squad in the league, and it proved a point when obviously the lad came on and got the penalty. He's a good player. He's a strong lad. He made a bit of a difference for them, and that's what you want. You need players to come on and make a difference, and I think probably Hughesy came on and made a bit of a difference for us, which he does. He seems to be very good coming off the bench for us, and it gives Daniel a chance. It takes the pressure off Daniel. But today, I said it in there, and I said again, these type of games are all about fine margins. If you don't look after the ball, if you give the ball back to a good team, sooner or later you're going to get punished. But like I said, I don't think we played too poorly. I don't think we were. Even when we went 1-0 down, I really didn't think we were out of the game. I really didn't. I just felt that how we were going to get back in the game was quality down the sides, and we lacked that today. And like I said, now we've got to focus on the next 3 home games for us. This is important now, because like I said, this is a hard place to get anything from. I don't think we didn't do ourselves misjustice. I thought we were okay today. We were just okay. They're a good team, folks, and there's no doubt about it. But from my point of view, like I said, didn't really have a go at them in there afterwards. I sort of said to them about our positional play and about the fact that we were wasteful in wide areas. But for me, now we look at the next 3 games, the next 3 home games, and Boxing Day away. 4 really big games for us. We need to bounce back. and players need to make a difference, you know, and that starts with training on Tuesday and Thursday, because again, like I said, we've only got one midweek game left. They're all Saturdays now, and I think I pretty much said this last year, when you go from Saturday to Saturday after losing on a Saturday, it's a long week. You know, last year we were very good at, we'll win, if we lost a game we won straight away. This year you don't get that opportunity in this league. There's good teams in this league, you know, we've seen it already. Great crowd here today, good atmosphere. I thought a half decent game of football. Both teams did try and play, to be fair. They can mix it. They're good at mixing their game. And like I said, I just feel that the next 3 home games are massively important for us to kick back again and go again, because there's no other way apart from doing that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know you touched upon those home games we've got coming up, starting with Cheshunt on Tuesday night, this Tuesday. What sort of test are you expecting from them?
Yeah, they're a good team in this league. You know, they have been a good team in this league for quite a few years. I know they went up and came back down. So we'll just focus on ourselves. You know, we probably focused maybe a little bit too much on focusing today, instead of maybe putting a little bit more faith in our lads to go out and don't fear it. You know, and I do believe in that. Listen, this is non-league football. That's the beauty of non-league football. One day you can be absolutely fantastic, the next minute you don't know what you're going to get. The consistencies, they're probably obviously the most consistent team in the league, that's why they're top by a margin. But for us, we're not. I've never focused too much on opponents. It's all about us. It has to be all about us, you know. And sometimes tactics are very overrated. It's about the players you have. And I've still got a good group in there. Like I said, we'll have Louis back soon, we'll have Alejandro back from suspension, and we go again. It's as simple as that. And we've been good this year, and there's no point dwelling and losing 1-0 to the league leaders here today. It was just one of them days for us, and we'll take it. We move on quickly, and we'll go into the Christmas period really positive.
1-0 loss here at Folkestone. Difficult game because really good side. But how did you find it out there with the players?
Yeah, it was a tough game. You can see why they're top of the league and they're flying. And yeah, today we grafted and we persevered. And yeah, I don't think the penalty was a penalty in the second half, but based on chances created, they probably deserved it. So yeah, we take the defeat and we go on to Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think we're so used to this season being really good attacking, maybe leaking a few goals along the way. But today it felt like the opposite. I think we defended really well and resolute. It was just, they were just really just on top of us for quite a long period of time.
Yeah, you can see by their game plan that they got their press very, very well, and they were on top of us whenever we had the ball. But I think when we calmed it down and played down the sides, we had a lot of joy. But just today, in the final third, it wasn't as ruthless and as clinical as possible. So yeah, that's down to the attacking players to do that job. Obviously, defensively, I thought we was okay. A few chances we did give away, a few chances we was resolute. But yeah, unfortunately, we lost 1-0, and the result's the main thing. Move on to Tuesday.
And obviously we know how good you are at penalties, Melv, and you came so close to saving their one today. So how did you find your personal performance out there? You made a few good saves as well.
Yeah, I thought I done okay. Obviously, I always judge myself based on the team at the end of the day, innit? Like, if I give my 10% towards the team, then it's all about getting a result. So I'm not really fussed about my personal performance. It's about making sure the end goal is getting a result. And I thought we did ride our luck a bit, and I did think that we was going to get something out of the game. Sometimes you think to yourself that some chances are not going in, they hit the woodwork 3 or 4 times. It might be your day. And yeah, I got a hand to the pen. It's been a weird one this season because in previous seasons, my percentage in terms of penalty saves has probably been 50+%. But this season, I think I faced 4 or 5 and I've gone the right way on a lot of them, but maybe the pace of it or the quality of it's beat me. So yeah, I'm gutted, and yeah, we move on to Tuesday.
And I said to Keith, Mel, that it was one of those games where we were on the defensive foot quite a lot. So when we had the possession, we had to be more clinical. And I think today we had moments. I can count on a couple in my mind where a free kick down that side, we've given it away. I think in the first half we had a chance where Danny maybe could have played the ball, could have played Carmani or Jesse in. And just fine margins. And if you don't take those chances, you're going to struggle to get results at places like this, aren't you?
Yeah, you can see why they're obviously top of the league, like I said, innit? And I think this season we've been very, very, very good in terms of goal scoring. We're probably up there in terms of highest goal scorers in the league, if not top 3. So today just wasn't our day. It's probably the first time this season we haven't scored in a game. I could be wrong, or the second game. So yeah, it's an unfortunate one, but yeah, we have to go again. We can't really feel sorry for ourselves. We have to go again.
Yeah, and obviously when we were on to Tuesday night against Cheshunt, are they a side that you've come across much from your career?
Yes, I've played against them a few times in the past, mainly at their place more than anything else. So obviously we've got 3 home games in a row, so it's for us to go on the front foot now and go and recover the points obviously that we lost today. So yeah, we've got a gap to try and make up from today, and yeah, we just got to bounce back on Tuesday. I'm confident that the boys will.
And that's full time here at the Alcaline Stadium, where it finishes Folkestone Invicta 1, Brentwood Town 0. It was a spirited performance in a game which produced few chances for the Blues, and if not for Ade Yusuf's second half penalty, we could have come away with a valuable point. But it wasn't to be, and we must look forward to Tuesday night's game against Cheshunt at the Arena. Let's take a quick look at the league table. Brentwood Town remain in second place, with Folkestone increasing their lead at the top to 9 points. Chatham Town's win also puts them behind us with a game in hand, meaning our fixture with them in January is massive. Thank you to all of our Blues fans who came down and got behind the boys today. We really appreciate your support. We'll need you again on Tuesday night. Let's make the arena loud and get behind the team. Also, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Brentwood Town TV and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of Brentwood Town action this season. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.